Hello again, and welcome back to our year-round chit chat slash roundtable discuss. And it's your amiable host once again, Amaka Bekee, with Tobi Adeyemo, who has been a wonderful, insightful contributor to today's chit chat. How is 2020, or I mean, how has 2020 been for you and your family and those around you? And we've talked about how it's been for us, the highs and the lows, lessons learned and blessings gained. And I want us to touch on Nigerian political scene in the year 2022 as we get into 2023 with all the hula baloo that will come with it, or the balablu that will be in it. Anyways, hoping for the best outcome for Nigeria as a state or a nation and a society. And for us who are representing from across the world, across the globe, in our little way and in our little corners. But before we get into that, let's take a moment to pay respect to those people who have been blessed, who we have been blessed with their presence, their intellect, their talents, and their graces, who departed this life this year 2022, who left us, who transitioned into the another life, into the other world. They will say of no return. We don't know how true that is. I mean, there is incarnations, I don't know, reincarnation rather. But let's just take a moment to pay respect to all of them, beginning with Pope Benedict the 16th, I think. Pope Benedict, who just passed away. Barbara Walters, so many people to count.
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth. How did I not remember to mention her?
Pele of Brazil.
Pele. Oh.
Quite a lot of people had gone this year.
Ali. And I think the year actually started off with who died beginning of the year. I think it was
Rose. It was a royalty.
Rose Island. That's what's her name? What's her real name? She acted in The Golden Girls and Off Their Rockets or Rookers. So many people, you know, have passed away this year, and even so many that we do not know, we did not hear about. Bob Marley's son passed away the other day. Oh, Twitch, Stephen Boss.
Yeah, Alaafin for you.
Alaafin for you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of deaths, but to all of them, may their souls rest in peace.
Amen. And may their memories always be a blessing for us who live. And we know that when we respect those who have passed on, someday somebody will do that for us.
Amen.
We'll recognize, will be remembered for our good, and our good will be a blessing to those that remain. Wow, this is making me emotional. So many wonderful people. Like 2022 has quite been the year. A lot of tears, a lot of joys, many sorrowful happenings and sorrows experienced. But you know, in the end, we have to keep pushing. It's another year, another grace, another life, another opportunity to make it right. So what are your thoughts about the political scene, the current political scene in Nigeria? Primarily, the presidential campaigns and the presidential candidates.
Well, Nigeria is a I would want to say funny country, such that we have 250, at least 250 million people, and we have various and diverse cultures, traditions, norms, values, you know, beliefs, that form those people. We have over 500 languages in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We have like 200 or 250 ethnic groups. So that kind of forms what our political sphere looks like, you know, because we're different people. We find people with different opinions about what the political terrain should be.
Yep.
In America, for instance, there are mostly two school of thoughts, you know, two views about most things. It's either you're a Democrat thinking like a Democrat, or you're a Republican thinking like a Republican. And it's same with the with Britain. You know, you find them mostly divided into two school of thoughts, or three at most. You find out as popular as the other three or other two. But in Nigeria, we have two, so to say, but because we're developing, and every country that we considered great today, at one point or the other, passed through these phases as well in their life. So it's not like it's something new or strange, but at the rate at which the decay is eating into Nigeria, it might be a little alarming, to be honest. The sphere, the political sphere in Nigeria proposes a very interesting 2023. So we just have to wait and see how it plays out. There are people who have come out to say they want to become the president. We have like at least 10 political presidential candidates for several political parties coming out to say, hey, I want to be president. But why do they want to be president? That's the question I keep asking each one of them. And you will see that the reasons behind it differs from person to person. They'll tell you what you want to hear, and that will sound alike across all borders. But to be honest, most of them are saying the same thing. They just want power. They want to say, I am the one who makes the decisions. Even though you may not be physically capable of holding that office down, even though you may not be academically sound enough, you would know. I mean, these are not things that, you know, are secrets or anything. It's broad day news that some of these candidates are not academically sound. They're not physically healthy, or they're not fit enough to hold that, to sit on that chair. But they all still want to be back, you know, for personal reasons, for greed, for, you know, power, for want of power. You know, we all have those elements of those things in us here and there. But it looks like there's a very interesting 2023 coming forward, because we're going to have general elections, and I will not want to miss a part of it. I want to see how it plays out. I have an idea of how it will play out, but hey, we're not God. We just have to wait and see how it plays out.
And who are you rooting for?
You'll be surprised if I told you.
I don't think I was surprised.
Okay, take a guess, a wild guess.
Hey, I don't know. Is he from the north?
No.
Is he from the south?
Yes.
Is he Tinubu?
No.
Okay. Is he sorry?
Yeah, Sowore. That's my guy. That's who I'm rooting for. And surprisingly, a lot of Nigerians, this is why I first gave that first explanation of what makes Nigeria, the diversity of Nigeria. Surprisingly, majority of Nigerians don't like him. They don't fancy him. You'll hear them say a lot of things like, oh, he doesn't have experience, or he's too stubborn, he's disrespectful, he talks to elders anyhow.
Oh, is that so?
You know, well, it might be so. But in the political scene, where decisions will matter to children unborn, Are we here to talk about respect to an elder, where your unborn children's life, where the existence of whether you will even have them or not is being decided? Are we here to talk about seniority in age or experience in embezzlement? Because this experience they're talking about is not the experience Nigeria needs. We really don't need someone um, who has done something in this past administration that has failed us. We're complaining that, we've passed through 22 years of 24 years probably of hardship, of the democracy that didn't favor us.
Yeah.
And we need something different, something that will come in and change the status quo. You can't bring in one of those who are part of, all of that failure and expect something different. Like they usually say, you can't be doing the same things over and over and expect a different result. That's craziness. If you want a different result, then you have to try something new. Even though if the something new does not look like what you usually had. Of course, that's what will bring a different result. If you keep doing the same things, you will always get the same results. So we're asking for change. We're asking for someone who can enforce discipline, who can stop corruption. You need someone who is dogged, who doesn't listen to, who is not going to compromise. Those are some of the attributes that I see in him that makes me feel, probably a better candidate. But a lot of Nigerians don't see that,
Yeah.
or someone who has money, who has a lot of money. And they'll say he doesn't have money to do elections. Like you're not even supposed to spend your personal money on elections. But then, we live in a country where, like I said, we have various opinions. We have diverse opinions. And people will tell you that it's my right to vote for whoever I want. That's true. Very correct. The only problem with that is that when you make your choice, it affects me. It's your choice to make. Fine. You all can vote whoever. But if you end up voting an idiot, uh, voting someone who will do so poorly and badly, we all suffer for it. That is when it becomes a problem. If you were making that decision for you alone, that would have been fine. You can live with it, whatever your decisions are. But the moment the majority of the people and the children unborn, the ones that are kids right now, the youths of this age, they're all going to participate in the sufferings that come along with, whatever decisions you make. So it is your decision, yes, but it is a responsibility. It's a task. That decision to make is a task that you need to make to make sure that you get it right, that you make the right choices and ensure that the right person gets that. That's just the difference between countries that are working and Nigeria. They have square pegs in square holes. They have round pegs in round holes.
Yeah.
We have the other way around. We have round holes and square pegs, and we call it politics. So, yeah, that's how politics works. You don't understand politics. Why do we have a senior advocate of Nigeria, a son, a seasoned lawyer, as the minister for transportation?
Probably not in practice.
Why don't we have that same lawyer as a minister for the Attorney General of the Federation, or something that has to do with justice? Put people who have experience in a certain field in the right field, regardless of their affiliation, regardless of their backgrounds. That's how countries work. The best person in agri should be the minister of agri at that time. The best person in petroleum should be the minister for petroleum. You can have a minister for education whose kids study abroad, who doesn't even have a degree from Nigeria. Things like that. You can't cheat realities, facts. But then, like I said, it's going to be interesting going into 2023. Let's see how it
It'll
plays
be
out.
really interesting. I know that Sora came out last election, and of course, coming out this time, even though I'm kind of a fan of his talks, because he talks really boldly and he says it like it is. I have a little reservation about him because I mean, again, there are times that he had talked down on people that I did not appreciate. I mean, you can say it's none of my business, but a leader has to sound like a leader every single minute, because some of us are looking up to you and your leadership. And if we are talking about, we come from a culture of respect, and then we know that yes, something might be maybe offensive to you, or someone might be stepping on your toes. But because now you're in public and everything you say is recorded and known and heard and seen, you have to be cautious of what you're saying, because you can incite some public unrest, because that can easily happen, knowing that you have fans, you have followers, and a lot of these people are youth. And when they say youth, it means people who may or may not have a lot of experience, may or may not know what they are doing, how what they are doing may impact their life in the future. So you got to be careful. And again, you also have to be a loving person. Now we are talking about let's do it right. I know that people who have been there, right, did not do it right. There are people who took power by force. Now we are trying to not do that. Or we are trying to not give someone power by just them asking of it by force. Because
you have to understand where people are coming from to better understand the reasons why they behave the way they do.
I think that can go for every one of us.
For everybody.
Everybody around.
For everybody. And politically, in the political sphere of Nigeria, Showore is not a politician, he's an activist, And that's where
someone is an activist.
So and if you look at activists, people who have lived their lives advocating for others, advocating for a cause, they usually come out like that, mention them, the Desmond Tutus of the world, the Martin Luther King Juniors of the world, the all of them, a lot of names can come up in that sphere, and that they will qualify into that. Even the original Madiba, the original version, not the presidential version of the president of South Africa, what's his name now? Madiba. Former president of South Africa. Nelson Mandela. The original version of him was an activist, was fighting a cause. The original version of him was someone who stands up to.
That's true, but you see, if we would only copy him by transitioning from, mind you, he did not campaign to be a president. He was just an activist, and because he paid his price of 27 years in prison, he came out and was given he was honored with that role. And he handled it, but he didn't even keep it. He only did it for a year or so. And then
did it for 4 years and handed it over. But my point is the kind of leadership that we have in Nigeria enjoys the negativity that comes with it. They enjoy the way Nigeria is. That's how they can benefit and steal and loot. They're not going to give it to you. If you're coming to dialogue, forget it. If you're coming to peacefully protest, I don't think you'll make any headway. The only people who can make impact, if you really want to change in Nigeria, is when you take it. You have to take it from them. They wouldn't hand it over to you. If you go to the polls,
I believe that yes, we want would I say, you want power given to or taken away from, I would say, older folks who have lost touch. They're not in touch with the current generation and the current, would I say, social stage. Because right now the culture has shifted. Everyone is connecting with everyone through their handheld devices, through their phones, through social media, everything. So you have to stay true to this generation, because clearly, actually, they are the ones you're coming to meet. You're not coming to meet the generation of your age. That age has done their due, they are resting. The generation you're coming to meet are the new generation. And this new generation, you have to be able to speak to their language, you have to be able to relate to them, and you have to be able to use some of this tech, because it's a tech world, some of this technology to be able to deal in today's world, anywhere you are and whatever it is you're doing. And I think that's what I find more interesting in the fact that, I mean, I wish we had more younger folks coming out for this position, so that at least we wouldn't have to be competing between older folks and somewhat younger folks who get it. But that's we'll just sit and wait and see who wins,
And talking about age, when you mentioned age, it sparked off an idea, something that has been rumbling in my mind. You don't carry the weight of leadership. When you lead 100 people, you will understand that leadership is a weight, it's a burden. You don't carry that burden at a certain age where you are forgetful. If you're above 80, and you can see it in old presidents, the people like President Biden of the United States, and even Donald Trump, people who are at a certain age, I would say you shouldn't be the president of anywhere in the world.
I'm actually like a little disappointed that even in the United States, that the president is an older guy. I mean, I'm not saying he's not equal to the task, but I'm just saying that even a place like United States, even though, yes, I know like the process of picking and whatnot, people having a clean record and all that and all that and all that matters, right? I guess perhaps that's how it ended up in an older folks' hand. But I feel like even United States has to do better to produce a younger leader. We cannot have older guys in the office. We cannot.
That's correct.
That should be like non-negotiable. Young folks should take office. Let them make their mistake. Let us make our mistakes and learn through them.
And
because at the end of the day, this is our world, and we speak our language. We understand the whole, would I say, concepts and dynamics, and that's what we want to be able to relate, and want to be given the opportunity to grow.
Yeah, and I wish people can
growth. They're blocking
people can see it the way you're saying it. I wish millions of Nigerians can watch this and actually understand what you're saying. Because the best version of Nigeria that we had was ruled by people in their 20s.
Exactly.
If you go through the history of Nigeria, the likes of Gowon, the likes of Major General Juku, the likes of Kaduna Nzeogu, the likes of Baba Ibrahim Babangida, even Buhari in his first administration was a 20-something-year-old guy. All of the leaders that led Nigeria to Shehu Shagari was about the oldest we had. And after Shehu Shagari, all of the military administrators that we had were in their 20s. Gowon became president at 27, I think, and ruled Nigeria for 11 years. We still talk about his administration till today. Those are young. The energy that a young guy vibrates is different from that of an 80-something-year-old man. You can't wake an 87-year-old man at 3 a.m. and expect him to perform,
I mean, I don't even understand his interest. I don't understand, I don't know. People should be honest to themselves. I'm sorry. You should be honest with yourself. know what you can or cannot do, even though something that's like, for instance, there are many things that I admire, but you know, there are times that you have to like let it go, give it up, just let it go. You know, it didn't happen, it ain't happening, let it go. But
That's right.
that's not my call, it's someone else's call. So for now, let's quickly talk about some people who had the big wins for the year 2022, such as Rita Dominic gets married. Woo-hoo! And it appears from every indication, it appears that she had a dream wedding. First, they did the traditional months back, and then I didn't even know that they're having a white wedding, or would I say a church wedding? English, I don't know, should I say formal wedding? Formal wedding, yeah. Later on in the year, that took
if you ask me, the traditional is the formal wedding. The traditional wedding is the real wedding. Whatever comes after it.
Legal wedding, like because I am very aware that if you're going to have a wedding in the United Kingdom, you must have done the actual marriage back in your home country, unless you are a permanent resident or some residency you own, possess some residency status in United Kingdom, or one of you are a citizen. So in the absence of that, those two events or those two categories, then you would have been formally married wherever you're coming from, right? Yeah. So, but I actually like that they had a wonderful, you know, display of their love and union, and they made us to watch it. So I'm really thankful for them. Another person who had a massive wedding, my goodness, did these people burn the cash? Did they burn the words? Simon Gobadia and Portia Williams.
Oh yeah.
That girl knows how to spend money. Okay, girl, you got it.
Yeah. Anyway. And talking about people who had their dreams come true, I mean, all of us had a good year, but in the world of soccer, Lionel Messi, had a wonderful 2022.
He's still a lot of hats.
Yeah. I mean, the World Cup.
I mean, listen, I watched that I didn't watch the other games, but the last day I watched it, and I know that yes, there's the expertise, there's everything, but it's just the grace of God. It could have gone any other way.
That's right.
When we started watching, like when the show was about to begin, me and my other watch party, we were trying to make prediction. You know, everybody was trying to, like, we're doing our prediction. I said, my spirit just says, Messi. What's the name of their country again?
Argentina.
I said, my spirit says Argentina. But I'm just really like wishing that it goes to France, because of course there's a lot of bros of France in France team, but it's okay. I know for you to make it to the finals, you are amazing. So like I'm really like congratulating everyone who played on that match, and the other guy from Argentina who scored. Wow, did he have a wonderful like lifetime moment? Yeah, I loved how he didn't let the moment slide. You
can see it on his face. Captured. That's Di Maria, Angel Di Maria.
Oh, Angel Di Maria, yes. And everyone, and the other guy, the Kyle, is it Kyle or Kylie? The French
Kylian Mbappe.
Mbappe. Kylian. I'm sorry, guys, with names. I would have said it a million times before it stays with me.
No, don't worry. Don't worry, that's fine.
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe.
It's really a man world. The soccer world these days is mostly.
And I think even Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, he also had a wonderful year, of course. Not with the trophy, but with every other thing, you know.
He just signed an unbelievable contract.
2-year deal with.
That's unbelievable.
Like, with
the money should compensate for any trophy.
Oh yeah. So everyone got a winning year.
That's right.
It's been a wonderful year, and I also we missed to mention Davido's son, who passed by the most undesirable
manner.
Manner. We just recognize him and pray for his gentle soul to rest. And I know that he's an angel for us all who live, especially for his parents, who will always, always, always miss him. What a wonderful little boy. It is well. I know that God will replenish them and fill their cup with joy. More kids coming, and he's going to come back to them.
Yeah.
Maybe not as his name, but his spirit will always come back to them or will remain with them.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
can we talk a little bit about our goals? Do you do New Year resolutions? Yes, no?
Yes, absolutely.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Do you get to keep them? Do you stay true?
Well, I keep some. I can't say I keep them all. There are some that I will break them on the first day of the year.
Really?
But then the very serious ones, I mean, there are things like, okay, I want to work out this year. I want to have a good body this year. I want to be fit.
You're looking fantastic.
healthy.
What do you need a good body for? Come
Oh
on.
yeah, I'm saying on a general note, not just me
Yeah,
now.
okay.
Like when you have goals like that, like
Yeah.
like you wanna work
Yeah,
out.
people never stay true to those goals. I mean, I stopped making New Year resolutions because
or I want to get a job that on this line. I want to be a giver this year. I want to pray more this year. Whatever your goals are, your aspirations are. What I have found is that the difference between those who keep them and those who don't, who break them on the first day, is just commitment. Taking it one step at a time. Like if you need to wake up every day and make sure that in your day you do a 1 hour workout, if that's the plan. I'm just saying, for instance, or 30 minutes workout, when it's time for that workout, it will come to your mind. Now, what you do with what comes to your mind is what determines if you're going to be those who break it or those who see it through. Because you can just be like, no, I'm not doing that today. I'm tired. I need to go to work. You give yourself one excuse, something that justifies the reason why you shouldn't do it. But we all know that you could do it. If it means spending 30 minutes of every day, split that 30 minutes into 10 minutes and get it done. Or do it all at once, whatever you need to do. At least if you keep doing that, you will get those goals, achieved as you want. There are people that I know that, they said, I'm not gonna drink alcohol, for instance, again. I'm gonna be sober for the rest of my life. And they start counting days. 1, 2, 3, 4. And before you know it, they are
just grabbing a bottle and chucking it down.
No, I'm even saying some of them actually keep it, and they'll tell you I'm on my 4,230 something days. I don't know how they do that, but it means they are taking it one step after the other. Like today is my first day, I'm not going to do it. Okay, you didn't do it. Tomorrow is my second day. It's another day. Today, the second day, I will do it. That's how they take each day. And before you know it, if you take our goals that way, like I want to have the muscle of Arnold Schwarzenegger in his 20s. I want to be a bodybuilder. If I wanted to be that,
long shot.
Well, but it's a goal.
It is.
It starts with consistently going to the gym every day.
Yeah.
The difference between this tiny chest and the chest of Arnold Schwarzenegger in his 20s is consistency. Going to that gym, spending 30 minutes or 1 hour every day, and coming back home. That's just the difference. If I can do it, consistently without failing, then yes, I'll have it. If I wanted it, if that's something that I wanted, there's nothing that a man wants that he cannot get. Absolutely. That's one thing I have realized, that nothing is hidden from man. We're like gods. If we want something, we can make it happen. There's a sacrifice you need to give to be able to do that thing.
Right.
Nothing is impossible to man. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anything you want, if you really want it, you can have it. You just have to pay a price.
Effort to give it what it takes.
That's
What it
right.
will take. If
That's
it's the
right.
time, if it's the effort, if you need to make a call, if you need to send a message, send an email, respond to one,
Yep.
anything you need to do, deposit. Like I have goals for the year, and I pray that they come to pass. But I also understand my duties to them. I will not just sit and say I have goals and not do my part,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So first you set the goal, second you pray and you believe that you deserve it, and the third
Yep.
thing, you put in the work. And if it doesn't work out, then of course there's something else coming. So
That's right.
that's discipline or the work that you have put in will always result into something good for you.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's what I believe. Hey, I'm sounding so mature. Anyways, we've come to the end of the segment, and our year in view 2022 Ray Roundup. And thank you very much again, Toby, for coming out, for being with us and contributing your more than 2 cents. Oh, where are you, Toby? Where did Toby just disappear to? What happened?
My apologies. I
The
didn't
video just
disappear.
went away. Okay. So thank you very much again. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing this as time permits, because I know we're always very busy. And any last words for our viewers?
Well, the last words we said already. If you have a dream, go for it. 2023 will be a great year, like any other year. It will be greater than any year that we have been into. So let's take it with that vigor, that power, and that commitment, and pursue it with all our might.
Yeah.
You know, pray to God. Make sure that you have the God factor in it. But most importantly, work hard. You know, pursue your dreams. Be persistent on it. Have perseverance. Never give up.
Be relentless.
You know, yeah.
Don't give up on yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt the process, and it will come for you.
That's
More
right.
wins, bigger blessings, better you. 2023. Happy New Year! Congratulations, you made it. We made it alive into 2023, and 2023 will be our best year yet. If you believe that, say amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much. Shalom.
Yeah, bye.